Tell us about the fight on Saturday night. You made him uncomfortable in August 2023. Definitely. I know you lost it on the rounds, but he was uncomfortable in there. You put him down in the 5th round. Do you need to meet him in the middle and not let him push you back on Saturday night?
Be a savage. Just be a savage in there, and we'll talk about it after it's done. But just be a savage. Bring chaos.
Terence Crawford doesn't mince words when it comes to the upcoming heavyweight showdown between Daniel Dubois and Alexander Usyk.
They're gonna be Usyk or Dubois?
Usyk, hands down.
What? But you seen the first fight though, what they had,
Usyk.
right? Did you see the first fight?
It was a low blow. Usyk.
You a lying dog.
I don't know, that blow was...
If that blow landed on you like that, you wouldn't say that. You would say what?
Usyk.
You would say it's a low blow if it was landing on you.
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense. But that wasn't a...
It wasn't low.
No, I'm not mad at the ref for calling that a low blow.
Usyk.
He an Usyk fan, bro.
You right.
That is your guy, though.
Usyk's a good dude. He's a hell of a fighter.
Usyk
He's
gonna
on the
win.
belt.
But the first time before Usyk fought Tyson Fury, did you think Usyk could beat Tyson Fury?
Usyk.
Truthfully.
Usyk, the undefeated 2-weight undisputed champion, enters the ring as the heavy favorite, but that hasn't stopped people from speculating that Daniel Dubois could shock the world. With the stakes higher than ever, an undisputed heavyweight title up for grabs, the upcoming fight at Wembley Stadium promises to be an electric spectacle.
Queensberry with ready to fight. Scheduled for 12 rounds for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. It's Usyk versus Dubois 2.
Dubois, the IBF heavyweight champion, faces the daunting task of dethroning Usyk, who holds the WBC, WBA, and WBO titles and has been labeled by many as one of the best boxers of his generation. Usyk's ability to defy the odds is well known. Just over a year ago, in May 2024, he beat Tyson Fury to become the first fighter since Lennox Lewis in 2000 to hold all 4 heavyweight belts. Despite being smaller than most heavyweights, Usyk's technical skill, ring intelligence, and composure under pressure have made him nearly untouchable. He was forced to vacate the IBF belt to set up the rematch with Fury, which allowed Dubois to claim the title and defend it with an impressive knockout of Anthony Joshua in the 5th round last September.
Being talked about right now, but I can't wait to put him to sleep on the night. All that. I just know that on the ring, on the night, he'll be doing a funny dance in the ring when I hit him.
You believe you'll knock out Alexander Usyk?
Yeah.
The two men already have a history together. Their first encounter, which took place in August 2023, ended in a controversial 9th round stoppage win for Usyk. Dubois, however, felt hard done by, claiming a shot that led to the stoppage was a low blow, but the referee disagreed. Now, almost 2 years later, Dubois has the chance to avenge that defeat with the prospect of becoming Britain's first undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis. For many boxing fans, that's an enticing storyline, and the fact that they're fighting at the iconic Wembley Stadium only adds to the drama.
What are the dangers that Daniel Dubois brings to you this time?
Daniel, young guy, Daniel dangerous every time because this guy have good punch and good boxing skill, but I must be careful because it's a boxing, but I prepare for this fight.
Will you stop him this time, do you think, or will it go 12 rounds?
Listen, I prepare every time on 12th round because we with my coach, with my team, we prepare 12th round. But if I have chance, I do it.
Do you believe you will stop him?
Yes, of course.
While the match is certainly a big moment for Dubois, not everyone is convinced that he can get the job done. Former world champion Amir Khan, who's never been shy to speak his mind, has little faith in Dubois' chances. He believes Usyk is simply too skilled for the young British fighter. Khan predicts that even if the fight goes the full 12 rounds, it'll be Usyk walking away with the victory, as Dubois will be unable to break through the Ukrainian's technical prowess. For Khan, the idea of Dubois pulling off the upset feels far-fetched. While he acknowledges Dubois' power, he thinks the Londoner needs much more than that to beat Usyk.
Dubois, especially with the last couple of wins that he's had and the knockout against Anthony Joshua, his confidence is going to be there. He's going to start believing. He's younger, he's fresher, he's going to have a lot more to give and show. And because it's a good fight now, you know why? Because when he fought the first time, he really wasn't a name when he fought Usyk. And it's caught with that body shot. He knows he can hurt him. He thinks it was a legit body shot that put him down. But it got counted as giving him time. It was a low shot. But at the same time, I think Dubois now is a different fighter to what he was the first fight. So now
I agree.
I think he'll give it big. But then again, Carl, you know, fighters like that who might have more confidence and they'll go into that fight against someone like Usyk and think, you know what, I'm going to do this more now. I'm going to try this more. I'm more confident. I'm more of a better fighter. They're the ones that might get outclassed even easier. Maybe because when he was fighting him the first time, he was careful. He was smarter. He knew, he was very cagey, thinking, I don't know what I'm going to expect. I'm fighting the best ever, you know what I mean? In Usyk, one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. But now, because he might be overconfident, or he might think, I've got his number, I know how to beat him, and he opens up a little bit more, he'll end up getting caught more, he might get hurt more. Might be an easier fight for Usyk.
Carl Froch, who knows a thing or two about high-pressure fights and significant knockouts, has a very clear opinion on how the fight might play out. He is firmly backing Usyk, citing the Ukrainian's exceptional skill set and experience at the top level. Froch believes that Dubois faces a monumental challenge against Usyk, and that the British heavyweight is going to struggle to impose his power and style on the more refined, tactically astute Usyk. He points to Usyk's ability to not just box, but to adapt to whatever challenge his opponent presents in the ring.
I just think it's going to go the distance, or maybe be a late stoppage for Usyk. I can see Dubois trying, maybe taking this advice, maybe getting in there with a game plan to make it hard for Usyk. But I don't think he's going to be good enough. I just don't think he's got the pedigree. I don't think he's got the skills. I don't think he's going to land a shot that Usyk's not going to see coming. So I can see it being quite a close, competitive, entertaining fight for the first 5, 6, 7 rounds. As soon as we get into round 7 or 8, you'll see Usyk start to take over, start to flick that switch, put the pressure on, put the combination punches together, and I don't think Daniel Dubois will be able to stay with him. If he does stay with him, he'll survive the 12 rounds, Dubois, and he'll lose on points. Otherwise, I think Dubois will get stopped by the fantastic Alexander Usyk. And I think Dubois will come again. I don't think he gets knocked out and badly hurt. Maybe he gets stopped on his feet. But this is a great fight. It's an exciting fight. And a closer fight for me than the first one.
On the other hand, some believe Dubois could give Usyk a much tougher fight this time around. Joe Rogan has been outspoken in his support for the Brit. He's impressed with Dubois' rise through the heavyweight ranks, pointing to his brutal knockout of Anthony Joshua as evidence that he's more than just a big puncher. Rogan believes Dubois' raw strength, hunger for success, and newfound maturity as a fighter could give Usyk a run for his money in the rematch.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's coming into it. That guy's scary. He's dangerous.
And you know, the interesting thing is that at least the press in the UK, they didn't give him a hope. Everybody was talking about, you know, like when Joshua gets Dubois out of the way, then we can move on to the next fight. And this is a fight that we want to see.
It seems like Joshua believed that going into that fight. It seems like he believed that he was just going to dominate him.
Yeah, and he just got ruthlessly exposed. The power of Dubois. I remember I bought into it. I was like, okay, so I'll watch it, but you know, this is going to be a stepping stone match. It wasn't a stepping stone.
Aggression too, man. He was so aggressive. He was just in the pocket constantly, just forcing Joshua to go to war. It was wild.
Yeah, and it rapidly became apparent that Joshua couldn't match him. He just couldn't go to war with him. And at the end, this showed what the fight was like. Everybody was like, look, to Joshua, I think you're done. And nobody predicted
Isn't that crazy? Right after he knocks out Francis Ngannou, and everyone's like, you're back.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, he flattened Francis Ngannou, and everyone's like, oh, Joshua's back. Look how good he looked.
Yeah.
Ruthless game, man.
This is a sentiment echoed by Johnny Nelson, the former cruiserweight world champion, who believes that Dubois' key to victory lies in 2 areas, speed and power. Nelson, now a boxing pundit, explained that Dubois must utilize his natural advantages and bring a pace that Usyk will struggle to match. At 27, Dubois is younger and more physically gifted than Usyk, and Nelson thinks these attributes can tilt the odds in his favor if he's able to execute his game plan.
The top 5 heavyweights.
The world heavyweight landscape is completely changed massively over the last 2 years. Alexander Usyk is now he's in a pick and plan. I'll pick him. Might be 2 fights down the line, he's gone. The heavyweight landscape, they're looking for a new star, a new dominant figure. and it could involve Fabio. The boxing snob is out the window now. Moses, wicked fighter, young fighters coming through. You look at how Daniel has all of a sudden his confidence has come up. We'll see how he goes on against Usyk. Again, he may shock the world. So the landscape has changed, which again, it's very hard to predict tomorrow.
But Nelson is also quick to caution that Dubois shouldn't get caught up in trying to match Usyk in his own game. If he tries to outbox the Ukrainian and play the technical chess match, Nelson believes it will be a disaster. Usyk's skill set is simply too sharp, and if Dubois allows Usyk to control the tempo of the fight, he will be picked apart like many others before him. Nelson's prediction, Usyk will likely win again, this time in an even more convincing manner than their first bout.
How much of a chance do you give Daniel Dubois in comparison to the second AJ fight, the Fury fights?
I think Daniel's performance in this fight will be better than his first fight against Usyk, but I do believe Usyk will put on a better performance and probably stop Daniel, in my opinion. Usyk has forever shown the public that let me blueprint download your blueprint and I've got your number. He beat Tyson better the second time. He beat AJ better the second time, and both fighters boxed better the second time around. So the only thing Daniel's got now, he's got unbelievable self-belief and confidence that's come since their last fight. So again, we'll just see what's changed.
However, the possibility of an upset still lingers, especially when you consider Dubois' physical and mental growth since their first fight. Adam Booth has helped Dubois transition from relying solely on power punches to incorporating a more technical and methodical approach, which makes him a more well-rounded and dangerous threat. According to Booth, the improvements Dubois has made will certainly make the rematch a much tougher test for Usyk than it was the first time. The evolution of Dubois is something that's been noticeable in his recent performances, and there's belief that this new version of him can make things uncomfortable for the Ukrainian champion.
Adam, play him out.
Different to the first one. I can make much more of an argument for Dubois in this fight.
Me too.
Firstly, because he actually had success in the first fight.
He did. Do you think it was a low blow?
No.
No.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
You do think it was a low blow?
Absolutely was. If you look,
you do?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, sorry. You caught me out then with the question. If you watch, it lands low, and while it's got contact with the shorts, it actually rides up at the point of impact.
So I've no use to my argument.
But it's irrelevant. Yeah. Because they're going to fight again. Yep. Usyk won the first time, and as he said, he won by stoppage. But Daniel Dubois is a different fighter now. Fighting is 90% mental, and he is a completely different fighter mentally. He lets his hands go with freedom. He now trusts his engine because he had those rounds with Jarrell Miller that tested his engine. Yeah. So he's kind of ticked the little boxes along the way, old school style.
Adding to this narrative is the view from former sparring partner Dave Allen. Allen, who's worked with Usyk in the past, acknowledges that the Ukrainian's boxing IQ is off the charts. He believes Usyk's experience and ability to adjust mid-fight will be what sets him apart from Dubois once again. But Allen also points out that Dubois is a much different fighter now compared to their first encounter. Dubois has matured in the ring and has become a more thoughtful, disciplined competitor. While it's clear that Usyk's technical brilliance will give him the upper hand, Allen recognizes that Dubois' evolution means he's not a simple one-dimensional fighter anymore.
I think Dubois will be in. That's my early prediction. I know a lot of people will obviously fancy Usyk, and rightfully so. And as much as I like Dubois and think he's getting better and all the rest of it, I'd like to see Usyk win. I think Usyk's a great fella and a great fighter, but I think Dubois will win.
On the flip side, some have speculated that Usyk's body may be starting to show signs of wear and tear. Jarrell Big Baby Miller, a heavyweight who has faced Dubois in the past, speculated that Usyk's grueling bouts with Tyson Fury and other challenges might have taken a toll on his physical condition. With age creeping in and the intense battles piling up, Miller wonders whether Usyk's sharpness has diminished over time. If so, this could present an opportunity for Dubois to exploit a potential weakness. While Dubois has shown major improvements, Miller's point about Usyk's body possibly being on the decline adds an intriguing layer to the matchup.
I think he's definitely graduated since our fight. Can Dubois pull it off? I think he definitely can. It depends on how much Usyk has in the tank. If he can outwit Dubois, I think it's a great fight regardless. And you know, the best man is gonna win. You know what I mean? I want my rematch with Dubois. I'm gonna fuck him up. You know, but it's weird, man. Dubois is the only person that can make me want to hate him and then like him, like literally within 30, like at 30 seconds of my brain, like I want to kill this motherfucking I like Dubois. You know what I mean? It's weird. You know, he's one of the only fighters that actually do that to me. But I realized that if you actually meet Dubois and talk to him, there's a reason why you have that love-hate sympathy with him. You know what I'm trying to say? So, all power to Dubois. You know what I mean? Hopes he pulls it off in many ways and give him a goddamn rematch.
Adding even more fuel to the fire is Joseph Parker, the former WBO heavyweight champion who was once in line to face Dubois for the IBF title. While Parker acknowledges that Usyk is the more accomplished fighter, he also sees potential in Dubois. Parker believes that Dubois has gained more confidence since their last fight and could be a much more dangerous opponent this time around. He has seen firsthand the improvements in Dubois, and while he still picks Usyk to win, he understands that Dubois' evolution could give him the edge in certain areas of the fight. Usyk, however, is the clear favorite in Parker's eyes, as the Ukrainian's track record speaks for itself.
The world owes Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
The whole heavyweight division owes Joseph Parker, so I'll just say that straight away now.
He gets his arm raised and he sails off into the sunset.
I think if this guy wins, he's literally done it all. He'll be.
Yeah. Would you want Joseph Parker's name on your ledger, though?
I mean,
He's the last one,
possibly, maybe Parker is the only one, but
yeah.
I know on him he probably will. But if I was him, what he's done at cruiserweight, what he's done at heavyweight, he's cleaned out all the top guys, minus Joe Parker, because he hasn't had the opportunity yet. Now, I love Big Joe, but you would have to favour Usyk in a fight against Joe. If I'm Usyk, I don't even like this game. I hated this game. I had to get out. I've done it. I've completed it. I've done
loves it.
Yeah,
Do you know what? I might
be
be making a U-turn now. I might be saying Parker, then retire.
Yeah.
Parker, then retire. Then you've beaten basically
I
everyone.
interviewed him. He asked me to interview him, so I interviewed him at the on the O2 on the big circle thing in London, the London Eye, and he basically told me, "You know what I mean? Soft lad." He asked me a couple of questions. I asked him first, what's left? He said 2 more fights. Then he asked me, how's retirement? What's it like? That tells me it's in his mind.
Despite the widespread belief that Usyk will retain his titles and continue his reign as the undisputed champion, many still hold out hope that Dubois can create an upset. His raw power, improved technique, and hunger to become Britain's first undisputed heavyweight champion in over 2 decades make him a real threat. Victory for Dubois would undoubtedly be a monumental achievement in British boxing history. It would place him in the same category as Lennox Lewis, the last British fighter to claim undisputed heavyweight glory. But with all the pundits backing Usyk and his refined skill set, it's hard to ignore the consensus. Usyk, the master tactician, remains the favorite. Still, boxing is full of surprises, and no one can predict for certain what will happen when these 2 men meet in the ring this Saturday at Wembley.